The biosynthetic leg landed on Warden Kovac's desk with a wet thud, its titanium joint still twitching with residual neural impulses. Dr. Elena Voss stood before him, her white lab coat spattered with coolant fluid, her expression carved from stone. "What is the meaning of this?" Kovac's voice carried the practiced authority of a man who had governed the Helix station for 15 years without incident. "Section 7, Article 12 of your precious station charter," Elena said, her words clipped and precise. "No violence between inmates. You've said it yourself at every assembly, every briefing, every disciplinary hearing." She gestured at the severed limb. "This isn't violence, Warden. It's medicine." Kovac leaned back in his chair, the leather creaking beneath his weight. Beyond the reinforced viewport behind him, the amber rings of Titan hung like a cosmic noose. The Helix station rotated slowly, its 3-kilometer structure housing 2,000 of humanity's most dangerous criminals, murderers, war profiteers, genetic terrorists. And one doctor who had begun to terrify him more than all of them combined. Prisoner 4782 attacked inmate Martinez with a plasma cutter, Elena continued, her tone clinical. Martinez lost his leg below the knee. Under station law, I'm required to provide medical care. She paused, letting the silence stretch. I provided medical care. You amputated the attacker's leg in retaliation. I replaced Martinez's leg. Elena's smile was razor-thin. The donor happened to be a perfect biological match. The transplant was successful. Both men will recover fully. No violence occurred, Warden. Just an efficient allocation of resources. Kovac felt the familiar weight of frustration settling on his shoulders. When Elena Voss had arrived 3 months ago, he'd seen her credentials and breathed a sigh of relief. The previous doctor had been incompetent, easily bribed, more interested in smuggling contraband than healing wounds. Elena was different, brilliant, dedicated, ruthless in her efficiency. Too ruthless. You can't seriously expect me to accept this interpretation, Kovac said, rising from his chair. You performed surgery without consent, harvested an organ. A synthesized limb, Elena corrected. 87% artificial. And I did have consent. Martinez agreed to the transplant. As for the donor, he forfeited his rights to bodily autonomy the moment he attempted murder. That's not how justice works. Isn't it? Elena tilted her head, her dark eyes reflecting the station's fluorescent lights. These men committed atrocities. They destroyed lives. And now they're here, safe, fed, given entertainment and second chances while their victims rot in graves or live with permanent trauma. She stepped closer to the desk. You said no violence, Warden. I'm giving you exactly that. Consequence without bloodshed. Justice without revenge. Kovac stared at the leg on his desk, its synthetic skin still warm to the touch. In the 3 months since Elena's arrival, station violence had dropped by 43%. The inmates whispered about her in the corridors, their voices hushed with something between respect and terror. They called her the equalizer, the surgeon, the balance. They feared her more than they feared him. If I allow this, Kovac said slowly, where does it end? What happens when someone steals rations? Do you take their stomach? When someone starts a fight, do you remove their arms? Elena's expression didn't change. Only if the situation calls for proportional medical intervention. She picked up the leg from his desk, cradling it like a precious artifact. You wanted a peaceful station, Warden. I'm giving you peace. The only question is whether you have the courage to accept it. She turned toward the door, her footsteps echoing in the steel chamber. Dr. Voss, Kovac called out. She paused, glancing back over her shoulder. One day, someone's going to try to stop you. Elena's smile returned, colder than the void beyond the viewport. They can try. But I'm very good at what I do. The door sealed behind her with a pneumatic hiss. Kovac returned to his chair, staring out at Titan's rings, wondering when exactly he had lost control of his station. Wondering if Elena Voss had ever really been a doctor at all, or if she was something else entirely, something the universe had created to answer a question no one had dared to ask. In the medical bay, the inmates slept uneasily, their dreams filled with stainless steel and the whisper of surgical instruments, knowing that in the Helix station, violence had been replaced with something far more terrifying: perfect, clinical justice.